All right, today we are diving into one of the most nail-biting chase scenes I have seen in a long, long time. It is just an absolute masterclass in building tension, a frantic fight for survival. So what we're going to do is break down the anatomy of this chase, piece by piece, to really see what makes it tick.
So right off the bat, we're hit with this question. And honestly, it's a terrifying one. Our hero is up against something that doesn't just feel tough, it feels like it's breaking the laws of physics. So what do you do? What can you do when running is impossible and fighting is totally pointless? Well, that's where we find ourselves. This is where real desperation kicks in. We get thrown right into the action, full speed ahead. Our hero, Little Mai, is already on the run, and in this totally desperate move, she makes her first attempt to actually fight back against this thing that's hunting her down.
This moment right here, it's all about setting the stakes. Little May, thinking on her feet, grabs a steel rebar and just launches it. It hits with enough force to pierce right through her pursuer's chest. Now, for any normal person, that's it, game over. But this thing, it doesn't even flinch. It's like the rebar is just a minor inconvenience. We're not dealing with just a tough guy. This is something else entirely.
Okay, so not only did stabbing him through the chest not work, it seems like it just made him angry. And his response is to unleash this terrifying, frankly unbelievable ability that just completely rewrites the rules of this fight. The source material gives this horrifying power a name that's as creepy as it is, well, kind of poetic. The art of bone and flesh separation. Just let that phrase hang in the air for a second. It promises something deeply unnatural, and it's the key to understanding just how outmatched our hero really is. So what does that actually mean? Well, it's as wild as it sounds. The pursuer's body literally splits in two. A liquid metal outer layer peels away from its solid skeleton inside. And in the blink of an eye, that liquid half just flows like mercury and reforms in front of the truck. He completely cuts off her escape. She hasn't just been caught, she's been outplayed by an impossible power. And just like that, she's trapped. Completely. The fight now moves to the bed of this speeding truck. There's nowhere left to run. This is it. This is where the real battle has to happen, with Little May stuck facing off against that terrifying endoskeleton. You know, the dynamic of the fight is this perfect contrast. On one side, you've got Little May, who's totally on the defensive. She's desperate, she's scrappy, she's using whatever she can get her hands on. And on the other side, you've got this methodical, unstoppable machine. It's not just trying to grab her. It is systematically taking apart her only way out. And you see this play out in this brutal little exchange. In a moment of pure desperation, Little May grabs a heavy toolbox and just chucks it at him. It connects with this huge thud, but it's like throwing a pebble at a tank. He just absorbs it and keeps coming. But his countermove, it's so devastatingly smart. He doesn't go for her. He uses his blade to slash the truck's rear tire, crippling their escape. The situation just went from bad to catastrophic. So now the truck is careening out of control, her attacker is closing in, and Little May is literally backed into a corner. She is out of weapons, out of options, and out of time. She's got one last desperate chance, and it has to work. And this is what it all comes down to. A single explosive moment. She pours every last ounce of her strength, her fear, her desperation into one motion. She launches this powerful kick, not to hurt him, she knows that's impossible, but just to knock him off balance. And it connects. The pursuer stumbles back right off the edge of the truck bed and falls directly into the path of the truck's massive rear wheels. He is immediately pulled right under the chassis. For the first time in this whole insane sequence, Little May actually has a second to breathe. But the source material calls this a narrow escape, and that is the key phrase here. This isn't a victory. She didn't win. She just survived. For now. The threat isn't gone, it's just been pushed back for a moment. And that just leaves us with this final, chilling question. When you are up against an enemy that can literally pull itself back together from almost anything, what does winning even look like? Is it just about surviving long enough to run again? Against a true killing machine, maybe the best you can ever hope for is a head start.